Hi everyone, let's get started. So we will come to lie down on your backs and know that you're welcome to modify any of the movements I cue today by keeping the head, neck, and shoulders down on the mat. Taking my arms straight up to the ceiling, and then we'll keep our feet down on the mat. I inhale to prepare. Exhale to lift head, neck, and shoulders and hover the palms up and off the mat. Inhale, arms go up to the ceiling and the head lowers. I exhale to curl on up, holding those palms hovering up and off that mat. And I inhale to release my head down and stack the hands over the shoulders. Just starting to warm up the abdominals with a couple of ab curls here. Always the option to keep the hands behind the head. You feel like you need a little bit more support there. Let's curl on up here for a count of 3. You've got 2. Let's take one more like that. And then release the head down. Have a moment of rest. We're going to add on some leg variations. Here we go. Inhale to prepare. Exhale, curl on up and hold. Right leg lifts to table. Right leg comes down. Left leg to table, left foot comes down. Continue to alternate in your march. Option to keep that head, neck, and shoulders lifted for that upper abdominal burn, or to keep the head on the mat to modify this movement, make it a little bit more about deep core. You've got 5. Knee over hip for 4. Shin parallel to the floor for 3. 2. And then on 1, head down, arms up, you rest. Adding on the next layer of challenge, we inhale to prepare. Exhale, curl it on up and hold. Bring both legs up to tabletop. This time, right toes tap down to the mat. Right leg lifts. Left toes tap down. Left leg lifts, continuing to alternate at your own pace. You want to tap those toes a little bit further away from you than you think you need. So instead of bending at the knee crease, think about reaching out and away from your hip creases, tapping those toes at least 2 feet away from your seat. You're here for 5. Reaching those toes for 4. Out from the hip creases for 3. 2. And then on 1, go ahead and rest. Next layer of challenge coming up next. So we have the arms up to the ceiling. We inhale to prepare. Exhale, curl it on up and hold. Both legs coming up to tabletop. Right leg extends out to 45 and comes in. Left leg extends out to 45 and comes in. Continuing to alternate at your own pace. If you have your head, neck, shoulders lifted, try to get as much of the upper back off the mat as possible. Don't just lift from the head. Try to get ribs off the mat. You're alternating here for 5. Reaching those fingertips long for 4. You've got 3, 2, and then on 1, come on down and rest. One more variation, we'll do our double leg stretch here. So our arms go up to the ceiling. I inhale to prepare. Exhale, curl it on up and hold. One leg at a time comes up to tabletop. Squeeze them together like you have one leg. Both legs extend out long and both knees stack over the hips. We straighten those legs out to 45 and bend them back into tabletop. That's it. Squeeze those inner thighs every time you extend those legs out long. You're here for 5. Shoulders are relaxed. For 4, have a moment with the legs straight before bending back in. 3, 2, and then on 1, rest down. Maybe windshield wiper those knees a little bit out side to side. Our next progression is going to focus on lower abdominals, so we'll keep our head down on the mat. Some people like to put their thumbs or their hands underneath their seat for lower abs. So no, that's an option for you if you like. We're going to meet with our legs up to tabletop. We're going to start heels together, toes apart, and knees out wide. And then we're going to take those legs and frog them out to 45. Hold for 3, 2, 1. Draw your knees in towards your armpits. And then extend those legs out long. Squeeze the inner thighs in. Hold for 3, 2, 1, and then frog those knees in. Good, you're here for 3. We're gonna add on a variation coming up next. Pull it in. For 2, hold for a moment so you really feel those lower abdominals working, and then pull it in. And then on 1, let's hold those legs out long and add a little flutter kick, like you're swimming through water. Swim, 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 swim. Let's flutter kick out those legs here for 5, 4, 3, 2, on 1, come down, rest the feet. Different variation coming up next. Let's meet with those legs at tabletop. Extend the legs out long, hold them out long. Legs are gonna open to a small V, and then tap the heels at center. Open them out to a V, and close. Your upper back is pressing down to the mat. If you notice your lower back is arching off the mat, then that means you should bring your legs up a little bit higher to help you maintain the shape of the spine. You're opening and closing those legs here for 5, for 4, you've got 3, 2, and then on 1, meet with the heels together and beat those heels. We go beat, 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 beat for 5, 4, 3, 2. On 1, rest your feet down. Maybe windshield wiper those knees side to side. Let's do 1 more set for lower abdominals here. So we'll meet with those legs up at tabletop. We'll extend those legs out long to 45. Opening to a V again, but this time right leg crosses over left. Open out to a V. Left leg crosses over right. So we're taking a version of a crisscross, a little bit different than our bicycle crunch crisscross here. As we cross one leg over the other here as they draw in towards the center space. Your legs are at that 45. And you're switching out your cross here for 5. Upper back on the mat for 4. Front ribs knitting in for 3, 2, and then on 1, bring it to center. Let's do a fast crisscross, up and down, right over left, left over right. Keep it tiny, keep it tight. You're crossing those legs here for 5, 4, 3, 2, and then on 1, come on down. Remove the hands and windshield wiper those legs out side to side to release that. We're going to do some side lying work next for our inner thighs. So I'm going to come to lie on my right side body, and I'm propping up on my right forearm here. I have my left foot planted on the ground behind my right leg, knee is bent, and my right leg is extended long. And I want to make sure I'm a little bit on my right butt cheek here, so I'm not right on my side hip. Left hand can be wherever feels comfortable for you. This right long leg is going to lift and lower. And I'll lift the leg up and then tap it or hover it down. So you should start to feel a very gentle burn building up on this right inner thigh as you lift and lower that right leg. This can be done with a pointed or flex foot. I personally prefer pointed. You're here for 5. You've got 4. Let's go for 3, 2, on 1, lift it up and hold. Take it a little to the right and then back in towards your left knee. A little to the right and back in. Keep this left knee super solid here. You're out for 5. Soft point through the right toes for 4. Nice and relaxed through the tips of the toes for 3, 2, on 1, let's bring it back through center to draw a circle. Draw it out to the right, up to the ceiling and down. We're going to draw leg circles with that right inner thigh. Let's circle it out in this direction for 5, 4, 3, 2, and then on 1, switch out the direction of the circle and go the other way as well. Definitely inner thigh on fire by now. Circling it out for 5, 4, 3, 2, and then on 1, release that right leg down. Good, so we're gonna add on a little bit of fun here. Left arm is going straight up to the ceiling. Both legs extend long, heels together, and I'm resting on my right butt cheek. For that side teaser, I'm gonna lift the legs and lower the arms towards the legs, and then release the legs down as the arm goes up. Being up for my side teaser, heels are squeezing, and then releasing it down. You can always do this with the knees bent to modify if it feels like a little too much. You're here for 5, it's nicer because it's a little bit easier than the full regular teaser. For 4, lifting those legs nice and high. For 3, chopping with that left arm for 2, and 1. Good, finish with this first side. We're gonna come on to our second side now. So I am lying on my left side body. My left forearm is down to prop me up. My right knee is bent, right foot is planted behind the left thigh. Left leg is long and straight on the mat, and I'm rolling onto my left butt cheek a little bit here so I'm not fully on my left side hip. Right hand can be wherever you need it to be out of the way. Left strong, left long leg is gonna lift and lower. You can lift and then lower to either tap or hover. Tap will give you the briefest of breaks here, and then a hover will keep that inner thigh working the whole time. So it's up to you how hard you want to go. If you need a rest here, feel free to tap that left foot down in between lifts. Let's lift that leg up for 5, for 4, you've got 3, 2, on 1, lift the leg up medium height, and now left leg's going out to the left towards me, and then back in towards your right knee. Out to the left, and bring it in. Go ahead, press down through this left elbow, so that way we relax the left shoulder for 5. Left shoulder's out of that left ear for 4. You're here for 3. Picking up the left side waistline away from the mat for 2. And then on 1, bring it back through center, leg circles. We're going out to the left, up and around. So it doesn't matter which leg circle direction you go in because we're going to switch directions in a moment anyway. Circling it out here for 5. Big circles for 4. You've got 3. You're breathing here for 2. And then on 1, go ahead and switch out the direction of the circle and go the other way as well. Big circles with that left leg. I know that inner thigh's on fire. Good, you're here for 5, for 4, 3, 2, and 1. Good, extend both legs long on the mat. I'm on my left butt cheek. Right arm up to the ceiling. For that side teaser, I'm gonna lift the legs, chop with the arm, and then lower the legs, heels together, toes apart will make it easier. Press down through the left elbow, lift the upper body up and away, and then release. Good, chop that arm, squeeze those legs. You're lifting and lowering here for 5. Can you get those legs longer and straighter? For 4. Can you squeeze those heels together like you have a winning lottery ticket between them for 3, 2, and 1. Good, go ahead and lie back on your back and rest for a moment. Our next sequence is going to be all about obliques here. So for our next sequence, Fingers are lightly back behind the head. Elbows are nice and wide. Legs are coming to our tabletop. Starting off with a classic bicycle crunch. Inhale to prepare. Exhale, head, neck, shoulders lift. We draw right elbow towards left knee as the right leg extends long. And then slowly switch and switch. So in our Pilates bicycle crunch, we want to move nice and slowly and mindfully. We're not throwing the limbs around. We're reaching the leg long through space. Let's continue, alternate side to side here. You've got it for 5. Adding on in 4, 3, 2, and then on 1, we're going to meet with the right elbow coming in towards that left knee. Hold it there. Left leg goes long. Left knee bends in. Extend it out and pull it in for 3, for 2, and then on 1, hold that left knee in, hold it, and now the right knee bends in and extends out, and bends in and extends out. For 3, you've got 2. On 1, extend the right leg out long and hold it. Extend the left leg out long, static hold here for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Come on down and rest. That was definitely a hard one. Windshield wiper, those legs out side to side. And then let's come into the second side of that sequence. So I have my fingers lightly back behind the head, elbows wide. Legs are at tabletop. Inhale to prepare. Exhale, lift head, neck, and shoulders. And coming into that bicycle crunch, alternating between sides, just like we did on side number 1 to start. Reaching long through that extended leg. Find the length through the back of the leg. For 5. Keep breathing for 4. You've got 3, 2, and then on 1, let's meet with the left elbow to the right knee. Hold it there. Left leg stays extended long. Right leg only extends out and bends in and out and in. For 3, 2, on 1, bend that right knee and hold it in. Now the left knee bends in and extends out. Get a nice little break as it comes in, but then the work happens as you press it out. For 3, for 2, and then on 1, extend it out long and hold. Right leg extends out long to meet it. Hold your oblique curl here. You've got 5, 4, 3, 2, on 1. Come on down and rest. Windshield wiper those legs out side to side. Good. Let's take bridging as a little bit of a rest sequence here. So we'll have our feet down on our mat, arms by the sides of the body. Inhale, tuck the tailbone, peel 1 vertebra at a time, up and off the mat as you press down through your heels to lift. And then on your exhale, articulate through your spine, bone by bone, rolling down to the mat. Articulated bridge. Inhale, we slowly rise up, moving through the spine. And then as you roll down, give each vertebra its moment on the mat before the next one comes on down. Continuing at your own pace, using this movement to help you to find a connection between your breath and your movement, so that you can start to slow your breath down as your movement stays nice and slow here. It's a great way to catch the breath after some of those really challenging things we did, that really challenging inner thigh work, that oblique work we did where the breath started to speed up a little bit. Let's just take this opportunity to slow things down. Let's curl and roll up for 3, Melting the spine slowly back down to the mat. You've got to, using your deep core muscles to keep your pelvis stable, keep it from rocking side to side. And then on one, let's lift those hips slowly up towards the ceiling. Hold the hips up high now, and then your heels will lift and heels tap. So your toes stay down, come high up on your heels and tap them down. If you're having trouble lifting your heels, if you walk your feet closer in towards your seat, that will help you lift your heels. You might have to lower your hips for a moment to make that happen. Strengthening our soleus muscle here, as well as our gluteus maximus here for 5. Arms grounded by your side for 4. Muscles of the face are soft and relaxed for 3. For 2. And then on 1, heels lower. Articulate through your spine, roll it down, and windshield wiper those legs out side to side. And then let's meet with our legs extended long on the mat, feet flexed for our roll up. Arms go up to the ceiling, your choice of which direction the palms face. Inhale to prepare. Exhale, sink the ribs, lift the head up off the mat. The upper back peels off the mat, the middle back, the lower back. And then round the spine over the legs as you reach forward. Start to round the spine back in space. So we're tucking that tailbone first, and then slowly rolling down the lower back first, then through the middle back, then through the upper back, and then the head comes down last. I inhale at the bottom to prepare. I exhale to slowly roll up, doing our best to avoid using momentum here, and then rounding forwards at the top, and maintaining that round shape as you pull the belly back, pull the lower set of ribs back here, and then slowly roll down. So as you continue to do this at your own pace, we want you to make it a goal for yourself to keep the calves in contact with the mat as you roll up. The legs will slide forwards and backwards along the length of the mat, but we want to try to avoid that pop-up of the legs. If it happens, it's okay. It's something to work towards over the course of time. Let's do one more roll up here. And then once you come into the seated position, we're going to meet in that forward fold here. And just allow the body to fold in half for a brief moment. And then come to stack your shoulders over your hips. Sit up nice and tall. Take your legs out wide, just a little bit wider than hips width distance. For our saw, arms come out to T, palms face down. We twist to the right, left hand reaches outside right pinky toe, pulse, pulse. Come back to T'd arms. Twist to the left, right hand reaches outside left pinky, pulse, pulse. And then come on back up to T'd arms. And continue to alternate at your own pace, perhaps sending the gaze towards that back hand as you reach here. Let's continue to saw it out, rotating that spine here for another 3. You've got 2. And 1. Good. We're going to come to hands and knees, tabletop pose. And before we add on some strengthening movements, let's just take some cat-cows. Tuck the toes, drop the belly, and lift the heart center. And then untap the toes around the back, chin to chest. I inhale to drop the belly, heart center open. And then exhale, round the spine up towards the ceiling. Taking a few more at your own pace. Finding that connection between your movement and your breath that we aim to maintain throughout the whole practice. Good. And then when you're ready, come back to a neutral tabletop position. Extend your right leg long on the mat, toes are down. Pulse it out along the length of the mat to stretch out your right calf. Making our way towards a little bit of upper body here. We'll park the shoulders over the wrists. The right leg will lift. Maybe those right toes are pointed. Inhale to prepare. Exhale, bend the elbows, drop the chest, right leg lifts. And then straighten the arms, right leg parallel to the floor. As we bend the elbows for a modified push-up, right leg soars high. And then straighten the arms and come on back up. That's it. See if you can get that chest to hover off the mat. You're here for 3. You've got 2. And then on 1, lift your chest. And now drop your left forearm down to the mat. And then bring your right knee in towards your right elbow. And send it out long and back behind you. Right knee core comes to right elbow, or maybe even right upper arm. And send it back. Now we're on to some glute work here. You're here for 5. Kick it out long. For 4, get that leg nice and long and straight for a moment before bringing it back in. For 3, lift your right kneecap as you extend it out long. For 2, and then on 1, send that right leg out long and hold. Right toes dip down and touch the floor, and right leg kicks up high. And tap it down, and lift it up high. Good, and you're here for 5. Left glute is on fire for 4. It's always the one that doesn't move. 3, 2, and then on 1, lift that right leg up and pulse it up and up and up and up for 5, 4, 3, 2. On 1, keep that right leg lifted. Pop back up onto your left hand. Cross your right knee behind your left knee. Take your feet out nice and wide. And then sit your hips back in space until you get a nice stretch through that left outer hip here. Just have a moment to stretch out what we just did. During our cool down, we'll get a nice little bit of hip stretch in. And come on back through center. Uncross your legs. Let's come into side number 2. So the left leg is extending long and back behind you. Toes on the mat, pulse it out along the length of the mat to stretch out that left calf here. Good, just do 2 more like that just because it's a really nice stretch. Shoulders park over wrists. Left leg lifts, left toes are pointed. Inhale to prepare. Exhale, bend your elbows, chest hovers off the mat. Inhale, straighten the arms and release. Exhale, dips us down, left leg soars high. Level off the left leg as you straighten into those arms. Modified push-up here for 5. Pressing up and away from the mat as you lift for 4. Fingers are spreading nice and wide for 3, just to take some pressure out of the wrists here. For 2. And then on 1, lift the chest, level off the left leg. Drop the right forearm down to the mat. And then left knee is coming in towards left elbow. And left leg extends out long. We're pulling that left knee in. It doesn't have to tap, but it's cool if it does. And then reach it out long. Good, you're here. Pulling it in for 4. Kicking it out back and long for 3, like you're kicking someone in the face. For 2. And then on 1, send that left leg long and hold. Left toes tap. Left leg lifts. We tap and we lift. You're here for 5. The second side of glutes is always harder for 4. 3. 2. And then on 1, lift that left leg up and pulse it up, 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 up. 5, 4, 3, 2. On 1, keep that left leg lifted. Pop up onto your right hand. Cross your left knee behind your right knee. Take your feet out as wide apart from each other as they'll go. And then sit your hips back like you would do in child's pose to stretch out the outer hips. That stretch should feel really nice and juicy after all that glute work we just did here. And then come on out of it, uncross the legs. Let's come into our side plank here. Right forearm drops parallel to the front edge of the mat. Left foot steps back. Right foot steps back. Turn all 10 toes to the left, heels to the right. Left arm lifts. Always the option to modify here by dropping that right knee down to the ground. See if you can hold it here in your side plank for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Come on down. Let's go right into side number 2 here. So the left forearm drops parallel to the front edge of the mat. Right hand is down. Right foot steps back. Left foot steps back. Turn all 10 toes to the right, heels to the left. Right arm is lifted. Press down through the left elbow to lift the left side waistline away from the mat. You've got 5. For 4, head is in line with the rest of the spine. For 3, 2, and then on 1, come on down and take your child's pose. Sit back. Roll out your wrists if you need to here. Coming into our back strengthening work next. So we're going to come to lie down on our bellies for the next step. And then on the belly, we're going to start with the palms resting beside the rib cage and the elbows squeezing in here. Legs are extended long, little space between the legs here. And then inhale, we lift our chest. Try not to press into your hands for just a small lift using just upper back strength. And then exhale to lower. Inhale, we lift the chest. Legs staying grounded, but kneecaps are up and off the mat if you can. And then slowly lower back down. Good, continue here. So we're not going for your biggest lift ever. We want to make sure it's nice and small and we're truly doing it from back strength, not the hands pressing. In fact, let's double check that. So let's add on as you lift the chest, hover the palms off the mat for a moment. Put your palms down and then lower your chest. We lift the chest, extend the spine. Hover the palms, hold, and return the palms and return. Maybe your nose taps the mat. Good, let's continue here. For 3, strengthening those back muscles, those erector spinae here. For 2, trapezius working as well. And then next time you lift up, hold. Bring the arms to a cactus. Send the arms forwards in space. Cactus the arms. Hands down. Lower your chest. We lift the chest. Cactus the arms. Reach them long, Superman, Wonder Woman. Cactus. Palms down. And release the chest. You got 3 more. Like that. Press your pelvis down to the mat as you lift your chest. For 2, and that will help you take pressure out of the lower back. And on this last one, we're going to lift up. We're going to hold with those arms extended out long, and then just the left arm cactuses and reaches forwards, and the right arm cactuses and reaches forward. So we have an alternating cactus here. Can you get your chest up a little bit higher up off that mat? You take a big inhale, that will help you. And you're here for 3, for 2, and then on 1, come on down. Forearms parallel to the front edge of the mat, forehead rests. Lift your shins, windshield wiper your legs out side to side. The last strengthening movement here, and then we'll take our cool down. Extend your legs long on your mat. Your forehead can be resting down. Mine will be lifted so you can hear my voice. And then for our hamstring lifts, our left straight leg will lift up off the mat and lower. And then the right straight leg lifts and lowers. And continue to alternate here at your own pace. It may not be the biggest lift ever, and that's okay. I want you to feel the sensation of strength through the back of the thigh, as well as a little bit in the glute to find that extension of the hip, to lift it up and away from the mat here. Doing this move just from the lower body, upper body is nice and still and stable. For 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Let's sit back towards a child's pose. Hips back to heels, arms out nice and long, relax. Okay, coming into our cool down stretches here. For this first one, we're gonna come up to hands and knees. I wanna stretch those inner thighs a little bit that we worked today. So I'm facing you so you can see what I'm doing. Extending my right leg out to the side with my right toes down. I'm gonna drop down to my forearms. Option to stay here, or maybe you're pressing your hips back in space to find a deeper inner thigh stretch. If you still do not feel the inner thigh stretch, if you pop up onto your heel and turn your toes up towards the ceiling, that will help you get deeper into that inner thigh. And maybe your hips pulse back in space a little bit. If you're pulsing it out with me, we're gonna pulse it out here for 5, 4, 3, 2, let's pop back up onto our hands. Bring that right knee in. Left leg extends out long on your mat. Elbows come down. Maybe the hips sit back. You need to pop the right toes to get deeper. That's an option here. Maybe you're going for that pulse back and forth along the length of the mat to help you get a little deeper into that inner thigh. We pulse and pulse. For 5, 4, 3, 2, and pop up onto your hands, tabletop. Let's meet in a downward facing dog. Tuck the toes, lift the hips. Feel free to pedal out the knees, shift the hips side to side. And then take that right leg, kick it up to the ceiling. Bend the right knee, open the right hip. For pigeon pose, right knee comes into your right wrist, set your shin down. Slide the left leg back, unfurl the toes. And option to forward fold here. Let's take 3 breaths in stillness in our pigeon to stretch out that right outer hip. Breathing deeply here. And then pop up onto your palms. Come back to downward facing dog one more time. From downward facing dog, left leg flies high to the ceiling. Bend the left knee in, open the hip. Left knee comes to left wrist. Set the shin down. Slide the right toes back. Right hip flexor descends to the mat. Unfurl the toes. And option to forward fold. Think about pulling your left hip crease towards the back of your mat and allow gravity to take hold of that left hip to help the hip release. You have 3 breaths here. And then let's all pop up onto our palms. Sit on over to the left hip. And then right foot joins the left leg pose. Options to flap wings, forward fold, or add on a massage of the feet with the thumbs here. Getting a nice stretch, inner thighs, hips, and maybe a little bit through your back as well. And then inhale lifts you up. Take one hand under each knee, close the book. Wrap your arms around your shins. Drop your chin towards your chest. Round and puff out through your upper back. And get a nice stretch through the spine to give yourself a little bit of a self-love hug. To finish out our practice, let's meet in a cross-legged seat, resting one hand on the heart center and the other hand on the belly. Feeling the heart center and the belly rise and fall with each breath you take. Let us take one breath collectively as a class to finish out our practice today. Inhale deeply through your nose. Exhale, drop the jaw, side out the mouth. And you guys are all done. Happy snow day, everyone.